Let's fight! Let's fight! A very good evening to each and every one of you. Let's fight! Wherever you guys are picking us up from around the world, it's our privilege to be here with you guys this evening. Whether you're joining us on Facebook, you're joining us on Twitter, you're joining us on YouTube, you're a tuber. Welcome in the ring from around the world. Lots of information to share with each and every one of you this evening. So buckle up, folks. You're in for a rough ride tonight. Lots of information to share with you guys. FYI, folks. Irfaan had a presser. Rather, Irfaan had an address this afternoon to the nation. And in address is the word dress. Coming up, and we can talk about all of that. Lots to talk about this evening, guys. And good to see so many of you. Hundreds of you already coming into the Coliseum, coming into the arena. It's pace and power tonight. And good to have you here. Shelly DeRitter, Orrin Don Cook, Don Raymond, Idris Williams, Wilton Blue. Folks, I want to see those comments so I can give some names a shout out. Sherman Court, Royston Melville, Eugene Williams, Shalon Joseph, Denny's London Welchman. Good to see you, Myrtle Hines. All of you fantastic, lovely folks. We're so privileged to have you guys in the ring. Tasha Sillett, good to see you as well. Alana Gilbert, good to see you as well. Myrna Monroe, good to see you. Fantastic people. Lovely, good-natured, kind-hearted people. Good to have each and every one of you in the ring. Anasta Bridge, is that Anasta Bridge? No, some of you going to be going back up now to see these fancy names, these fans. Jennifer Bob, good to see you. Leslie Niles, good to see you. Sharon Joseph, Karen Clark, Ann Beverly, Ronlyn Alfred, good to see you. Good to see each and every one of you. Hazel Austin, Paul Bourne, good to see you folks as you come into the live stream. Share. You come into the Coliseum, you come into the arena, you come in the ring. Ringside is good to see each and every one of you. You know, it's Tuesday already. Tomorrow is budget day. Oh, budget of burdens and hardship. Folks, brace yourself. Brace yourself. They warned us. They have warned us. Brace yourself, folks. It's 2022. Pace and power. Paul Bowen, Dorrit David, Shelly DeRitter. Good to see all of you. Beautiful, fantastic folks. Hello. Good to see you guys this evening. Chisholm Henry and Wendy Rowland. Eula, good to see you. Leslyn, Idris, Ann, Enid, Trevon Patterson, Patricia Kissoon. Good to see each and every one of you guys. Pace and power and pace. Where you guys are picking us up from. Wherever. And as we wait for some of you to come into the ring, Auntie Sandra Hanover, come into the Coliseum. Folks, we implore you that we need your help, folks. We need your help. Things tight. Y'all know that. To go from 1 month to the next, to meet our obligations, find a way, come on board and partner with us so we can do more of this. We can do more below the belt. We can build out that entity, Credible Sources, that the website is the flagship of that entity, Credible Sources, all geared to bringing you guys more information, more news, more of what concerns you folks. We'd have it no other way. Good to see each and every one of you. Good to see you guys. Trust you guys have had a fantastic day. Trust you guys have had a beautiful day. At work, at home, at school, at play. Hope you all behaving yourselves. I hope you all behaving yourselves. You know, that's how the old people used to say. When they meet you, hope you behaving yourself, you know. I hope some of y'all behaving yourselves. I know some of y'all, you know, I know the nature. I know the nature in y'all. Tulsi Narayan, good to see you. Jackie Baird, Pauline Austin, good to see you folks. Kim Walker, Donna Liverpool, Andrew Cuthbert, Irma Holder, pace and power, folks, in 2022. You know, we got to give the people some pace and power. Them guys very pedestrian. One for dollar. Volney Wilson, we got to get them some pace and power. They need to pick it up a bit. They need to pick it up a bit, folks. You know, that address by Irfaan this afternoon to the nation, the man like he fighting with himself. He at war with himself. He alone talking, the man shouting down, and it's like abuse down. He alone, you know. It was the people doing the broadcast. He was vexed with. I don't know what the man was upset, but we can talk about that a little later on, guys. First up, folks. I don't know about you, but are you ready to get into the fight card, guys? And I want you guys to share the live stream wherever you guys are joining us from this evening. Wherever you guys are joining us from this evening, share the live stream. Welcome into the ring. Pace and power. You know, I can't go back too much in this chair because my friend says he hears the creaking of the chair. Everybody, you hear the own thing when they view this program. They see the own thing. You know, I did good here. Drinking my water, minding my own business. Man say, here I call you Jagabat. Here I call you Trench Crapo. We just say, hey, minding your own business, you know, drinking my water, minding your own business. Some people hear the chair creaking, all kinds of things. We're ready to get into the fight card. Nonetheless, and we're starting, guys, from around the region. We stand from around the region, but this has bearing on all of us. This little news here, this little insert from around the region, folks. You know, one of our very own, front page of the Trinidadian Guardian, the Trinbago Guardian. Just this morning, guys, front page. What happened in this country? Julian Gravesandi has been detained in Trinidad. COVID story. And the front page of the Trinidadian Guardian says it all. A good newspaper, good substantive newspaper, the Trinidadian Guardian. And as the subheadings read there, the subheadlines read, this Guyanese woman, Julian Gravesandi, has been in transit there in Trinidad and was remanded by immigration's officer despite having a waiver. Despite that, they didn't care, you know. Regional relations, we got to watch that. I don't know, like since these boys come back, things take a turn. Regional relations seem to be at an all-time low. So she has been in transit, remanded by the immigration authorities there, despite having a waiver. Then she has been threatened with deportation over the fact that she allegedly had a one vaccine shot. Allegedly. And then she is in police custody still, pending a second COVID dose. It is bizarre what's happening. What you tell them doing about this case, man? What you telling them boys doing about this case? Front page news in the Trinidadian Guardian. Front page. Look, we got to make sure our citizens are treated with respect. You know, we got oil now. We have oil now. We have to ensure, folks, our people are, our citizens are treated with the respect we deserve in this region. We ain't gonna be bailing some of these people out. You see Kamala Ipon with oil. Right? The Prime Minister eyes on the oil. They gotta treat you with some respect in this place. You know, we used to be somebody in this community here. When Granger was president, just get some of them trenches vexed, you know. When Granger was president, we used to have some respect in this region. Folks, Irfaan, Todd, spare no expense. Let us get our citizen where she belongs. Right? Don't make me make like some pass we because y'all in there. Let us get our citizen home, folks. Claudine LaRose, Duquan, Joylyn Cook. We got to get our sister home, Julian Gravesandi, and she's with her daughter there as well. So I can imagine the confusion in their minds. What is happening? Being detained by the authorities, COVID. But that just shows we got some very slack and lax COVID regulations here. And those people take themselves seriously there. They take their procedures and processes very, very serious. Not like us. We got one thing on the books for COVID-19 regulations so on, and then there's something else in practice. But this was happening in Trinidad and around the region at this time, folks. Moving on. For information and guidance. For your information. You see, I went to Trinidad, now I left there. For your information and guidance, folks. Irfaan had an address to the nation this afternoon. The fella had an address. As you all know, tomorrow's budget day. Oh, they can tout it's the biggest budget ever. It's a private sector budget. It's a big business budget. It's an international investor budget. All that. But you and I, the common citizen, what is in that for us? That is the question we have to ask ourselves. What is in this budget for the common man to alleviate the sufferings currently? So budget is tomorrow. For information and guidance, FYI. And let's take a quick look at the budgets they have given us. And everyone got to ask themselves the question tonight, whether you are better off with these budgets we've had. Are you better off financially than you were a year ago? That's a serious question we got to answer in this country. Irrespective of what party you support, you got to answer that, especially if you support these jagabats and trench crappos. You got to answer that. So, since they came in, remember they were installed in August of 2020. By September, they had a budget, 329.5 billion. September 2020. By December, they're done spend out. They come back to the National Assembly. The only time we see them in the National Assembly is when they get budget, December, they come back to the National Assembly again. They want more money. They take another 7.4 billion. Then they need the opposition to approve this. They got a majority. Right? It's 31 of them plus Schumann. 32 of them, as a matter of fact, plus Schumann. Right? And Schumann vexed with them, but he's still voting with them. Right? And the theme for that budget, for those of you who might have missed it in 2020, our plan for prosperity. How to go in? That's 2020, our plan for prosperity, protecting our people in a COVID-19 environment, strengthening democracy and the rule of law, incentivizing economic growth and job creation, and enhancing welfare. That's a mouthful. That's a mouthful, people. By 2021, February, same time last year, they had another budget, 383. I remember, that was the biggest budget ever. Here's the biggest budget ever. The biggest budget ever. $383.1 billion they spend. Right? This is spend, baby, spend. This is what happened here. So they spent out 383.1 billion. They come back in June with a hand outstretched to the people of this great country. They take another 21.3 billion in a supplementary budget in June, and then just last month, in December, they come back for 26 billion more. 26 billion. They done spend close to $500 million here. Sorry, close to $500 billion, rather. They've already spent here. You see these people, it's spent everywhere, spend, thief, corruption, dora with these people. So, folks, that's a quick look. ECN 110 in this administration and how they have been spending. Biggest budget ever. Those are the things they're going to want to tell you. Biggest budget ever. Good. So, setting the wicket here. Setting the wicket. That's how they spend. Income Irfaan, enter stage left. Irfaan this afternoon with his pre-budget address. Folks. I'm trying to get on the right path with Irfaan. I'm trying, it's hard, difficult. You give you a chance, he come right, and then he dress back. It's one step forward, 3 steps backwards. Right? This address was distracting. First thing, this is the first oil budget, which means they can take a lot of the oil money to fund the budget because they've been borrowing a lot. They've been borrowing heavily. They're heavily indebted. That is why they are scraping out the oil money that's supposed to be for the future generations to fund this budget here. Right? Let me set aside the numbers for a little while. This is the first oil budget. Irfaan shop like he going to a cocktail in a denim jacket. This is the first oil budget. Right? Irfaan look like the only time he's concerned with the appearance is when he's going overseas. He hair uncut, he beard gray, and then he got on this denim jacket, no tie. This is not a business suit. Folks, you understand what we're dealing with in this country? You understand what we're dealing with? So he show up like he going to a cocktail. He got on a little t-shirt on the inside. He got on this little denim jacket. And you're addressing the nation on one of the most consequential budgets of a lifetime. Right? One of the most consequential budgets of a lifetime. The man just show up. He just show up. Folks, Irfaan look like he just walk out of class at Iflat University, and he rolled over by State House to come and give this address to the nation on one of the most consequential budgets in his lifetime. He doesn't comport himself with a nice business suit and so forth, because you and I don't deserve that. That's when you're going to meet the big boys, when you're going to bamba with the big boys. So you roll out from Iflat University and you roll in by State House and you're going to address the nation. And he fighting himself throughout this address. I want you to listen carefully to some things what Irfaan said. Listen carefully. I'll give them this little time here. Listen carefully, because it's going to be important to a lot of things we cover later on down in the program. Listen carefully and share the live stream. Smash that emoji button as well. Folks, listen carefully, because you might miss some critical things. Listen to the man. Listen to Catfish. Listen to Irfaan Ali.
As you're aware, Budget 2022 will continue along the trajectory set out by our manifesto, addressing the socio-economic transformation of Guyana and building our One Guyana stronger and more secure. The policies and programs in Budget 2022 would be people-centered and people-driven, focusing on policies and programs that will continue the transformation of our country and expand and improve the delivery of services. Our focus would be economic expansion, increased productivity, enhanced competitiveness, a stable macroeconomic fundamentals, capacity building, and supporting a stronger private sector. Before I go into some of the specific policies and the policy agenda of Budget 2022, I want to say that when we assumed office in 2021, our immediate task was to restore the economy, was to address job loss, was to address the negative image of Guyana, was to address the confidence level in the investment climate in Guyana. I'm very pleased to say that we have been able to address all these issues and place Guyana now in a stable environment in which international investors, the sophisticated investors, and the local private sector are once again actively seeking out opportunities in our country.
I hope you all hear Irfaan. I hope you all hear Irfaan in the linen jacket with no tie, addressing the nation in one of the most consequential budget of our lifetime. I hope you all listen. I want you all to underline in red, bold, if you can, somewhat he said at the end there. He said, our immediate task when we come in 2020 was to restore the economy, to address joblessness, was to address the negative image of Guyana, was to address investment confidence in Guyana. He said he's very pleased that we've addressed all those issues and they've placed Guyana in this stable environment in which international investors, the sophisticated investors, and the local private sector are once again actively seeking out opportunities in the country. That's what the man said. That is what the man said. It sounds lofty, but you see, when you go back and you remember where them boys had we, it's under their regime, food prices mid-year went 14% higher than they found it. 14%. 2 budgets later, he didn't tell me that though. 40, their mid-year report. And we're advised by our economists that is way past food prices, way past 14% now. But Irfaan didn't talk about that. How come Irfaan left that out of the discussion? Ladies and gentlemen, he didn't talk about that. He said they had to restore the economy. But under them, food prices are now about 20% higher, if not more, than they found it. Y'all remember Crabman screaming and bawling out for pressure? Y'all know how much we're paying for bread now? And bora? And plantain? Under these people that claiming they have restored the economy? Well, if they have restored the economy with these prices, I don't want to see what it was But Guyanese, I know you and I know the truth. In talk about how under them, inflation is probably 10% right now. It means what you could buy pre-August 2020. You can't buy it now with the same money. Inflation, it has lost so much of its value. And this is based on their mid-year report. These are numbers we are plucking out of thin air. It is based on their mid-year report. So when he talks about restoring the economy, for instance, restoring the economy from what? If food prices are 14% higher than you found it. We're not importing plantains yet. Plantains growing up the road, and they're 14 and more percent higher than they were before. Folks, you understand what's happening here? And that's only one instance. They come in and they have rectified and fixed the economy. From who? From yourselves. You're trying to repair the damage you've done. But folks, we're going to come back a little later on in the broadcast tonight about some of this investor confidence and the image of Ghana on the world stage. And when I point out some of the facts to you, you can tell me if we got a proper image on the world stage. Moving on to the fight card. Money got for make. That is why we got one COVID policy on the book and another COVID policy in practice. Because money got to make for them boys. That is why there are 10 dead today and 10 dead due to COVID and hundreds of confirmed new cases. You know why? Because money got to make. Nobody wants to close the economy for a little bit or in some segments to facilitate us being better off in the fight against COVID-19. No, because this is the theme here. Money got to make, folks. Money got to make. Y'all know this story here about the Senegalese intercepting the ship here with a 3 freight load of guns. And Irfaan telling we got a good image on the world stage. 3 freight load, container full of guns, $5.2 million worth. And Irfaan trying to convince us we got a good image on the world stage. You all see the story we have here? Jane Miller, Sarah Lynch. You all see the predicament we have here? You see anything with your own eye. You're seeing it's blue and they tell you, no, that's red you're watching. That's really and truly, you know. That's red you're watching at. So you all saw this happened last week. And we've been following this issue. It ties into exactly what Irfaan is talking about. Investor confidence and your image on the world stage. And you all know that is how we roll in the Caribbean and internationally with a sense of pride, national pride. And this is last week. Hold on, folks. Hold on. You gotta connect the dots. Hold on. Bear this in mind. This is last week. Money got for make. Yesterday, Juan Angel put out a statement that he's disassociating the PP government from the international forum, okay, that registers these international boats, like the one with the guns that are carrying we flag. He is disassociating the government from them. Disassociating. And I want to read some of what he said, because it's quite interesting. You see, if you don't read between the lines, and if we don't do your homework, we have a lot of problems with these guys. Because you can see got any big chain, any big cross, you can think he's people. Right? But you know there's jagabats and trench crappos. You don't know that. So here what he says in this statement. The government of Guyana wishes to assure all concerned that it is in no way connected or related to the dubious entity known as the International Marine Safety Agency of Guyana, right? Or IMSAG, IMSAG, the International Marine Safety Agency of Guyana. They are not associated with them or its principals or their affiliates. There was an undertaking with the Marine Administration Department, he says, which was immediately brought to a halt following the discovery that these entities are prone to fraudulent representations and illicit conduct. But he never tell the Guyanese people. It was a secret. He never tell me until the boat found with the 3 container load of guns. And if it wasn't intercepted, we would never know, right, about these dubious characters according to him. He goes on in this statement. We wish to alert all stakeholders, national, regional, and international, as we have previously done, that this cabal is neither a representative of the state of the Republic of Guyana nor the Guyana flag. Same people who registered the same boat with the flag, and probably the one in the South China Sea that we featured last night. Oil smuggling, crude oil smuggling. The statement goes on by the Fisher Bishop. Hear what he says, folks. The fraudulent issuance of registration under the Guyana flag is a deliberate criminal design to sully the good image. He sounds like Ali, doesn't he? To sully the good image of the country, which our government has worked tirelessly to rebuild and maintain. Folks, I want you to brace yourself. Something coming. Tirelessly to maintain the image. And this IMSAG, trying to sully the image. We will not condone it, according to Fisher Bishop. No effort will be spared in ensuring that this nation continues to enjoy good relations and the highest regard with the international shipping community. This according to Juan Agil. He is now disassociating the government from the organization that registers these ships under our flag. Suddenly he feels he has to come public. It was a secret all the time that these people are dubious and all of that. Right? But you see, when the car and share right and the bar get bust out, all kinds of things is happening. What Agil didn't tell us was that he, Juan Agil, was wining and dining these same people from that company. Wining and dining them, he and did that in there, in happier times. This is he and two of the principals between he and in there of that same IMSAC company when they were wined and dined. But now the bar get him bust up with the ship and the guns and the ammunition, and suddenly they are persona non grata. And if we didn't know the bar get bust up, this same ship to come in right here and bring the guns and ammunition. This is them. This is the same Fisher Bishop that disassociating himself from them. In his words, he said this fraudulent issuance of registration under the Guyana flag is a deliberate criminal design to sully the good image. But when he was wining and dining them, he didn't know the image of Guyana was being sullied. This is he in the same principles, who he now backpedaling and distancing himself from, right? But remember Irfaan talk about the good image of the country internationally. Huh? You remember this same Jagabat here, Juan Agil talking about, the good image of them on the world stage. They know who they could paku. They know who they could paku. He said they alert all stakeholders, national, regional, and international, as we have publicly done, that this cabal, the same people who they pose up and take a photograph with, wining and dining, this same cabal is neither representative of the state of the Republic of Guyana nor the Guyana flag. This cabal, Juan Agil and Irfaan, this cabal talking about them restoring the image of Guyana. Folks, look the image of Guyana since these guys come in. Since this cabal, Catfish, Irfaan, Ali and them, look the image of Guyana. And this is only some stories we pulled, Bear in mind, folks, now is a good time to share the broadcast. This is only some of these stories we have pulled about the PPP cocaine, arms, ammunition, and run-ins. A brief history. The PPP cocaine, arms, ammunition, and run-ins. This is the night to share the live stream. The PPP came in August 2nd, 2020. They were installed on August 2nd, 2020. Look to your left. By September 15th, 2020, 2 planes were found with cocaine. 2 planes were found with cocaine. One was reported to have crash landed at a place called Isano in Region 7, Cuyuni, Mazaruni. 2 planes and one crash landed. And it is believed that the other one came to rescue the occupants. They were found with millions of dollars, foreigners with cocaine. And Juan Agil and Irfaan Ali talking about restoring the image of this country in their tenure. By November of 2020, Belgian police seized 11.5 tons of cocaine, 23,000 pounds of cocaine in a shipment from Guyana. Remember Ali and Van Egel talking about the image of this country that they have restored in the world. So this is November 5th, 2020. 11.5 tons, 23,000 pounds of cocaine was shipped from Guyana to Belgium. That's 2020. By February 15th, 2021, there was a foreign aircraft found with over 1,000 pounds of cocaine, which landed at Oriala in Region 6, East Berbice Quarantine. 1,000 pounds of cocaine. Remember, Irfaan just said that they have restored the country the international image, and Van Egel, the good image of their country is being sullied. 1,000 pounds of cocaine was found in February. By May 2021, a foreign aircraft, right, with another 1,000 pounds was found. Sorry, February 15th. I'm skipping there. February 15th. Y'all remember the boat with the dead people? Y'all remember the boat with the dead people? February 15th. 83 nautical miles off Guyana shores in wee water, drifting at 2.9 knots, moving in a westerly direction. We can't find the boat with the dead people yet. And we talking about, we image on the international stage, a boat with dead people with no engine, February 15, 2021. By May 21, 2021, by May 21st, 2021, you had the 1,000 pounds of cocaine at Oriala. By June, a burnt out plane was found. A burnt out trail was found in a place called Bisuruni, Kokwani, believed to be involved in drug smuggling, cocaine smuggling in Kokwani. In Kokwani, a burnt out plane. This is June 2021, and this is only some stories that we pull, folks. Some stories. By August 14, 2021, Caribbean Airlines was intercepted in Miami, right, with 6.5 pounds of cocaine coming from Guyana. Caribbean Airlines was intercepted by the authorities in Miami with 6.5 pounds of cocaine coming from Guyana. And they're talking about the good image on the international stage. By November last year, 2 foreign men, a Colombian and a Venezuelan, were nabbed when their small plane made an emergency landing at Madia, again with cocaine. The plane had cocaine. This was November last year. December last year, law enforcement officers intercepted in the Netherlands 1,100 pounds of cocaine. Law enforcement agents intercepted 1,100 pounds of cocaine that emanated from Guyana. Folks, there's only some of the stories that people know. Some of the stories, since they're coming, them boys come back. And we know this month, on the 20th, we had the ship with the arms and ammunition. And then yesterday, we had the fuel smuggling ship in the South China Sea. So when you hear from them come out here and lecturing we on restoring the image, it's laughable. When you hear from them come out and trying to lecture us about restoring the image of this country, folks, y'all ought to share the live stream tonight so that folks get the valid and credible information. We do we homework here. When Irfaan come out and talking about restoring the image, this same Irfaan about a month ago spoke to the nation about crime. He said Saturday is a bad time to come out. High risk. Most of the crime Saturdays. And he talking about restoring the image of this country. We do we homework here, folks. We do our homework. That's a brief history, That's not the full 23 years of the history, That's one year. We just pick out a couple things. We ain't talking about there yet about people who were trying to go through the airport and get hold of coke, This is just planes falling out of the sky. Planes and ships. Cocaine, arms and ammunition and run-ins. That characterizes the PPP administration. Cocaine, arms, ammunitions, and run-ins. That's them boys. And then you got Frank. Then you got Frank and COVID. We got Frank and COVID to deal with. The first budget, money for COVID. Second, money for COVID. Where are we in the fight? COVID beating we up badly as it continues to surge locally. 11 more dead today. 11 more dead today. And according to our estimates, an average of what has been happening out there, some of the projections we saw out there, 742 new persons. The ministry says it's 300. The news agencies have varying figures. We took an average, about 742 new cases just today. And he talking about restoring health and so forth to the folks of this country. Folks, you see that address? You see that address? We could strip it down. We want to talk about Irfaan, the English language and the butchery of the English language. We barely touch on sartorial elegance. Policy is what we're looking at. And how porous our borders are. Planes falling out of the sky, laden with coke. Who being prosecuted for them? Who's being held for the 23,000 pounds of coke that went to Belgium? The 1,100 pounds that went to the Netherlands. Who is being held? And then let us talk about our international reputation being repaired. So here we go, Frank, and 11 more COVID cases, 742 confirmed new cases, 11 deaths. This is the dashboard. Every night we show it to y'all. 12,000 active cases. We're pushing on 1,200 deaths. When these guys came in, we didn't hear Irfaan give us the credit. There were 21 deaths. After 8 months of managing COVID, 21 deaths. 474 confirmed cases, 400. They got over 45,000 and climbing. And we're talking about how we've done well in health. Oh, folks, come on now. Come on now, people. Then oil and gas. They cook up and they wrap up with ExxonMobil. Corruption, corruption, wanton. Right? These are the folks who said they were going to do what? They were going to renegotiate the oil contract. Because after New AFC didn't get the best deal, they're going to come and renegotiate it. We're still waiting. We are still waiting. Not only are we waiting for them to renegotiate the oil contract, we are also waiting, folks. We are also waiting for them to audit ExxonMobil spending over $9 billion that ExxonMobil has spent since 1999. And the administration, the regime, the cabal, dragging their foot on that. Dragging their feet on auditing ExxonMobil. Why? Oh, they said they can't find any talent here. Christopher Ram's company and all the other companies that does fantastic auditing work for international firms here certainly don't have the capacity, don't have the talent to audit ExxonMobil. Oh, that sounds like a lot of hot air to me. Sounds like a lot of gas to me. But these are the things these guys will never tell you. And that is why we're here doing the research, doing our homework, and bringing the information to you guys unfiltered. Who's sharing their live stream tonight? Who's sharing the broadcast? So folks can see what is happening in this country. How they're trying to hoodwink and bamboozle, kerfuffle, coerce, and thwart us. But we're not having it. So they don't want to audit $9 billion that ExxonMobil has spent. All kinds of excuse they're making. But it's the small man always feeling the pinch. It's the small man in this country, folks, always feeling the pinch. Humblebee and Gershom, Edridge, Olive, Clive, Irwin, Hazel is a small man always feeling the pinch in this country of ours. We can't catch ourselves. Since these boys come back, you see how much planes fall out of the sky? You see gun run-ins? You see cocaine smuggling? You see corruption? And that's just a tiny bit. A tiny bit. Is the small man always feeling it? Like the people at Mucker Arcade, you know, say over 3 weeks now, they ain't getting water. It's the small man. 2 biggest budgets ever. 283, 300 and something $billion. 2 budgets. And the people at Mucka Arcadia, right up the road, the people at Mucka said they're not getting water. 3 weeks running. Oh, then I said, well, when the budget pass? When the next biggest budget pass? What's going to come to Mucka? The people at Mucka says over 3 weeks now, no water. Is the small man always feeling it? The fishermen say, just off of Liliendal, just on the coast, ExxonMobil sending the people to move them from fishing. You could imagine earning a livelihood there your whole life, in your own country. And now ExxonMobil come, and with the agreement of the PPP, mechanized and pass we. Can you imagine that? ExxonMobil come and now moving you out from where you traditionally fish. How people must eat in this country? You understand why fish is so expensive in the market? Hazel, Austin, Ibon Lamy, Jackie Bay. We understand why fish expensive. Because the demand is so great and the supply is limited. Driving up the cost. ExxonMobil, driving the people out of the area. Couple miles off Liliendal there. Folks, do we understand? Yeah? When these people stand up in the National Assembly tomorrow and talk all the tripe, if Ashley can talk for about 10 hours tomorrow. 10 hours, a lot of flowery words. But this is what it comes down to. If we can solve these problems, the people of Mucka Arcadia problem, the fishermen problem, we're wasting time, we're marking time, we're going nowhere in a hurry, we develop in this country, is about a cabal. A small cabal benefiting. Always them boys can get the fish flying. You think they're waiting on these fishermen to buy from them? No, they'll have their fish flown in from Florida. Right? Just like how Irfaan is fly Mia Curry to Barbados, he get the things flying. He get the things flying. It's us who gotta stick together and keep pressing forward here. The fishermen need relief. Just like Crabman, the fishermen saying pressure. Pressure, Irfaan, pressure. Pressure. So when all of that talking is done tomorrow, what is in it for the small man? How are the fishermen lives going to be better? How are the people at Mucka Arcadia lives are going to be better? That is the question we have to ask ourselves. That is the question. But then boys come back. I've articulated the cocaine, guns, ammunition, and run-ins. Indicative that them boys have come back. They have returned. They hear with we, they come back. And if you didn't know they come back, I want to tell you, they come back. Them boys come back. So just today, this international report was made known. Thank God it ain't going to come through them. Like auditing of the ExxonMobil, ain't going to come through them because it will never see the light of day. The International Corruption Index, the International Corruption Perception Index, CPI, we've dropped 2 places since them boys come back. You know what that means? That means people think we are more corrupt than we were a year ago. And when you see now them planes falling out of the sky, cocaine, street freights of guns and ammunition, won't you think something wrong with this country here? No. But one Edgel and Irfaan Ali can stand on the stage and said, we are better off now. Our image has improved internationally. Economically, we're doing better. And then Papa Jagabat can say, oh, you have more disposable income. But we ain't feeling it because the price killing we. The price killing us. So on the International Perception Index, mind you, in 2018, we had improved 12 places. Who went in power 2018 trenches? Who went in power? 1 year them boys in, we falling back. You see, these are things you all don't want to discuss, you know. You want to talk about SOPs. We all SOPs. When the money you take from Chronicle. When brace with the facts. When brace with the facts. That's what they revert to. That is the default mode. We all SOPs. When the SOPs, well, ask the people that who manage this international organization that produces the Corruption Perception Index. That fault y'all and say things bad now. The perception, you see, is cocaine, guns, ammunition, and run-ins. Corruption. So that came out today. That came out today. And as we talking about them boys come back, oh, them boys come back. Them promised me how many jobs? 50,000 jobs? Sonia Paragon come out and say, no, that was Photoshop. Like the 50% increase in wages and salaries for public servants. She's going to come and say that as well was Photoshop. Huh? She's going to say that was Photoshop. And she might even say that this corruption perception index and us losing points on the index, that was Photoshopped as well. Them boys promised us a lot of things, you know. Is a lot of things we were promised. Take a look at this. They like to talk about the manifesto. How they promise we apprenticeships and jobs for youths. Folks, the unemployment now is higher than when they came in. And Papa Jagabat said yesterday, sometime in an interview recently, how they have created jobs. Where? The Bureau of Statistics is giving us this information and telling us that unemployment, youth unemployment, this is thing to share the live stream for. Youth unemployment, ladies and gentlemen, around the world, in the national, in the cooperative oil producing republic, youth unemployment is at an all-time high. Is at an all-time high. It means no job are being produced. That's what the people are trying to tell us. No jobs are being produced. It's an all-time high of 31.9%. It's at an all-time high. This is not AFNU ALC information. This is not shared information. Any of you can request this information from the Bureau of Statistics. Any of you can request it. It's at an all-time high. And this report was released. You just got to sift through it. We tell you guys we do our homework here. They promised us jobs for youths and apprenticeship. And a year plus after, 3 budgets later, unemployment, youth unemployment is at an all-time high. Who creating the jobs? With the jobs there? Irfaan and talk about this afternoon. You see, they think if you throw money at a problem, you're going to solve it. If you just keep throwing money, it's going to solve by itself. You remember I told you the 3 stages how they solve problems? You remember the pothole? You go wrong it. You draw the line wrong it. You don't fix the pothole. You draw a line wrong it. And when there's enough pushback from the public, you're going to rub it out. Stage 2. And when there's little more pushback from the public, then you go and fix it right. Then you're going to attempt to rectify it. So the Bureau of Statistics, 3 budgets later, you know why? Corruption's so high. By the time the budget hit the ground, and the small man can't get nothing. The small man can't get nothing. 31.9%. 31.9%. Youth unemployment at an all-time high. So when they come talking, tell them come right. When they come spewing the nonsense, you all have the right to tell them come right. And we say it here all the time. Folks, you want to support the people, that's your business. But you have to hold them to an even higher standard. The opposition being held by the highest standard. The coalition government was held by the highest standard. But PPP, full of lies and tricks, cocaine, drugs and ammunition, and run-ins, they get a free pass. When youth unemployment is at an all-time high with 31.9, but them boys come back. What else you want to see? What else you want to see? Them boys come back. Police doing all kinds of things these days. It's sesh. It was sesh by a hotel in Bartica recently. Police doing all kinds of stuff, people. You know the police force are going a certain way. Under the new AFC coalition, Granger declared he wanted incorruptible commissioner of police. And it looks as though he got that. The police are coming a certain way. All of a sudden, it's Bacchanal. All of a sudden, so this hotel in Bartica was session. Who stole Pinto's goal? Or Pinto's goal? Session in Bartica. Who stole Pinto's goal? That is the question that's being asked this evening. Who thieved it? Who thieved Pinto's goal? Folks, This country, there's no easy day in this place. Who stole Pinto's gold in Bartica? A lot of people name calling. A lot of people are being blamed for stealing Pinto's gold. I wish somebody would share the live stream so folks can get this valid and credible information. Who stole Pinto's gold? Listen what happens here. The folks said on the 21st of January, at approximately 1600 hours, several ranks from the Bartica police station visited Sunset Hotel, located in Bartica, where they met the receptionist, one Brandy Leeton, and the site supervisor, Angelica Griffin, and informed them that there was an alleged larceny at the hotel, Sunset Hotel. There was an alleged larceny there in one of the rooms occupied by one, is it J.O. Pinto, Mr. Pinto. Right? There was larceny in his room. And he claimed to have had in his possession 20 ounces of gold. According to what we have here, ranks on the Bartica police station continue to carry out their investigations at the hotel, where they conducted a search. It was session. They conducted a search of the receptionist's quarters and working bag and found nothing. Miss Brandy Leeton and Miss Angelica Griffin were then taken to the Bartica police station, interrogated and accused and verbally abused, according to the report we have here, by two corporals in the presence of yet another two corporals. Miss Brandy Leeton was later thrown into the female jail by one of the male ranks at the police station. Since the boys come back, the police is wild west. Some male police throw in the police station. Right? And on the said 21st of January, the same day she was thrown in, Miss Brandy was verbally abused according to the report and accused by the corporal or the corporals present. They used indecent language against her and proceeded to call her a little thief, a kitchen cat, and other horrible names. Anybody call you a little thief? A kitchen cat? That sounds like a pee to me. They then proceeded to insist that Miss Brandy admit to stealing the gold. And afterwards, one of the corporals proceeded to say that Miss Brandy, deceased mother, would be ashamed of her. On Sunday the 23rd, one of the corporals visited Mrs. Brandy at the cell, accompanied by a female rank, and collected her out of the cell, put her in handcuffs, and then carried her outside of the Bartica police station. That's what's being alleged here. Carried her outside the Bartica police station in an attempt to shame her in the eyes of the public. After being in the cell for a period of 72 hours, Miss Brandy was then called out, folks, of the cell and put on bail of $100,000. No charges. No charges were read to her. Her workmate, Angelica Griffin, she was detained on a small bench located inside the police station, according to what we have here, for 32 hours. After complaining of not feeling unwell, the ranks did not even listen to her or give her the hospitality of taking her to the nearby hospital in Bartica. Later, she was then thrown into the same cell as Miss Brandy had been earlier by a male rank again, allegedly in the Bartica police station. After being inside the cell for 22 hours, oh Lord, it's sesh there. After being inside for 72 hours, Angelica was then called out and put on $100,000 bail too. No charges read. Finally, folks, Miss Angelica's son was called. He and his friend were brought to the station under the false pretense that they needed to assist in the ongoing investigation. Is in the jail. They can end up now. Blatam. They fling them in the jail. What the name, Bartica, man? According to the report here, that's what is being alleged. They fling them in the jail too. And shortly after, they themselves were placed on $100,000 bail. No charges were read to them. Here's session now, as we wrap up this session. No evidence was presented to the Bartica police station, nor the criminal investigation department, that Mr. Pinto had in his possession 20 ounces of gold. That's what's being alleged. He didn't present any evidence. Furthermore, the accused persons informed the corporals that Pinto had two women in the room the night before. That's what's being alleged. Pinto had two women. Here the police can tell the woman, shut up. Shut up. We're not interested. We're not concerned about what transpired in Miss Pinto's room. Folks, you think it's easy, eh? The people trying to tell them, you had two women. We walking there, but Pinto had two women in the room. That's what they're alleging. Police say, shut up. We ain't concerned who Pinto had in the room. Who thief Pintos? 20 years ago. Who thief it? Who thief it? Folks, you know the sad story in this country. It got three sides. It got me side, you side, and the side we didn't hear about yet. Me side, you side, and the side we didn't hear about. But really and truly, the story in this country, the three sides. You got Guyana, the daily news side. You got newsroom side. And you get fresh news Guyana side. That's the three sides. Guyana Daily News, newsroom, fresh news Guyana. Don't even bother with credible sources. We in the lineup. So the story is out there in social media. A woman alleges that she was robbed at the Rose Hall branch of Republic Bank. She is robbed outside. But we try to find out still how much the woman get robbed. The story got three sides here. Three sides. Guyana Daily News said the woman was robbed 32 billion. Newsroom said she was robbed 18.5. And this fresh news site, they knew the fresh news Guyana, said she was robbed 20 million. It's me side, you side, and the side we hear about yet. Three sides every story got in this country. You got daily news side, newsroom side, fresh news Guyana side. One woman, and like she was robbed 3 times. She went back in the bank. After the rob, she did 32 million. She went back, she bring out 18.5. It seems like the rapture again. Then she went back inside. She said, I can give you all a donation now. Take 20 million. 3 news entities. And we're still trying to find out how much this woman really get robbed. Again, the story in this country got 3 sides. You got Guyana Daily News side, you got newsroom side, you got fresh news Guyana. One says she robbed 32 million. Now you can't wrong $32 million on you like that. Y'all know we be living. And Irfaan them send we image. It's renewed. They brought back decency and order and law to this country. The woman says she get robbed 3 times. 32 million, 18.5 and 20. Jane Miller, British High Commissioner. How you feel about that? We're engendered to you. We're endeared to you when you read stories like that. Sarah and Lynch. What you going to tell them investors when you step outside the bank in this country, you getting robbed? You investor confidence? At least the 3 news agencies get one thing right. The 3 news agencies get one thing right. She was robbed. It's just that we know how much. It's just that we know how much. You know, Robson Benny and them calling one story. Sound a little fishy to me, sound a little thingish. One story. Folks, we following some other information. Guyal. We hearing some stories there about the HR department at Guyal. One man called it racial wisdom. Another man called it racialism. A lot of stories coming out about Guy Oil. Same people who are involved in the fuel smuggling, same Guy Oil. A lot of issues coming out from the HR department. One man called it racial wisdom, another man called it racialism. This is only one set of people getting fired there at Guyal. And we're doing some homework on that. That's loading. In the meantime, we're processing this one with the woman who was robbed 32 million, 18.5 and 20. One woman, 3 news entity. In this little 2x4 of a country, and even that we can't get right. And if I'm talking about we image on the world stage, the economy, some of we eating half a liter and roll, we're custom eating. And he tell me the economy nice. Biggest budget coming tomorrow. Folks, we'll be right here, bringing you the latest. Share the live stream before you go. Share the program before you go, guys. One woman, 3 times the lady get robbed. 3 times. You can imagine that? Or when done cook, soon just step out the bank, them boys gone with you. They're creasing you. Law and order. Falling in the street. Truth. Falling in the street. And they're trying to convince us, oh, things are better since we here. Things are better. These are the facts. Check out the news sites and you'll see. We're not fabricating things here. These are the facts as we know them. Issues and events that transpire in our country on a daily basis. Amari Daniels, good to see you. Ricardo Rodriguez, don't step out the bank with the 32 million, Ricardo. Them boys gone with you. PPP or otherwise, them boys would gone with you. Sporty Lee, happy you are where you are, Sporty. They can't touch you. They can't touch you. God bless you. Betsy Freeze. Betsy Freeze. Those of you who need us for pray for us here. If you stand up too long outside, them boys gone with you. Pray for us here, folks. Theodosa, good to see you, Theodosa. Winston Carr, good to see you. Good to see each and every one. You think them Jacobats easy? You think them trench capos easy? Them boys ain't easy? Them boys not easy. Folks, we cannot do these programs without you. In the ring, below the belt, credible sources, giving you the information. Come on board and partner with us. We are available via Cash App. It's right there. It's this side. The handle is right there. Available via PayPal. The handle is right there too. Available via what's it? Zelle now. Available via Zelle. It's right there. Available via MMG. Available via Western Union MoneyGram. Right there. Guys, come on board and partner with us. We love doing this for you guys. We love doing this on your behalf, ensuring that you have all information, folks. And what's happening in this place, they can't hold wink we. Don't come around we funny. Don't try to style we. Because just like that, we could cause it. Don't try to style we. Irfaan needs a stylist. Irfaan needs a stylist. You got to understand when you have a moment and you're addressing this nation to compose yourself properly. Come on, folks. Come on, we're in the big leagues now. Y'all want it. We're in the big leagues. Folks, before you go, share the program. Let folks get the valid and credible information. You see, if you go with them other boys, you can end with three sets of story. 32 million, 80.5, 20 million. Right? When you come here, straight shooting. Straight shooting. We do your homework here, and then we come and say, this is it. This is how we're operating like Jagabats and trench capos. Straight shooting. Before you go, share the live stream, folks. Come on board and partner with us. Help us to continue to grow from strength to strength. Amanda Daniels, Glensis Mingo Bourne, good to see you, Glensis. Peter Sales, Rhonda Ferguson, Salim Khan. Share the live stream. We want to see those emojis as well. Where the emojis? We see thousands of y'all still watching us. Share the link with a friend. Share the link to a friend on WhatsApp. Share the link to a friend via Facebook Messenger. Winston Kilkelly, good to see you as well. Folks, we are 25 days in the New Year already. Y'all see story? We making this stuff up, 25 days in. And that graphic we show you guys of the cocaine, arms and ammunition and run-ins. That's just a couple things we pull out. That could be the whole show. Giving you instance after instance of how we have retrogressed in this country since them boys come. That could be the whole show right there alone. The whole show. We tell you how we do our homework here. Folks, we want to see the emojis. We love to know how you guys are feeling. How you guys are receiving the program. You out there, smash the emoji button. You out there and the program has been beneficial to you guys. Partner with us. Share the live broadcast. Share the in the ring. Share the program, guys, and smash the emoji button for us. We want to see how you guys are feeling out there. Good to see you, Candy Lane, Inderjeet, Hulbeth Thomas, Donna Leach, Joylyn Cook, all you fantastic folks. We hope we've given you guys enough to think about. Enough food for thought about these guys and where they're taking this country. Folks, this country belongs to APNU FC, It definitely belongs to the PPP. It belongs to all of we. All of we, and together, we got to move this country forward. Together, we got to move it forward. Together, and that's why we say all are welcome in the ring. In the true one Guyana, all are welcome. Equally, we got to sit down around the table of brotherhood and move this country forward. We got to wrestle with ideas. We got to contend with big issues and find a way forward to develop this beautiful country of ours. We can do it. We can do it. We have risen to several occasions in our nation's history, and we can do it. We can do it. You and I together can build this nation. We can do it, folks. Thanks for joining us. We know you guys can be a lot of places in the evening, but you choose to spend this time with us by the thousands. We're so grateful. You guys touch me. Respect and manners. Tricia, is it Iam? Respect and manners. Humblebee, Joylyn Cook. Respect and manners. Joshua Cummins. Respect and manners. Darwin Day, Jamal Jordan. Respect and manners. Is it Evangeline, Rosemary Cummins? Respect and manners, folks. Thanks for joining us. I want to see those emojis. Sandra Davis, we want to see those shares as well. Folks, as you go, social distance, wear your mask, sanitize, practice all the COVID-19 protocols that are in place for your health and your safety, that of your friends, family, and loved ones. Loved ones. And God help us. Help us as a nation. God bless you guys, and God bless your families. Take care and stay safe. Take care and stay safe. Yep. You know what? We missed it. But I want to say good night to all. Except Egil. Except Egil. That piece there about image and so on. Y'all know, y'all wrap up. When the people, a good night to all except one Egil. Almost missed it. A good night to all except one Egil. Except one Egil. That statement, oh, you, what? Let me read what the man said as we go. Let me really try. My grandmother used to say, as my grandmother, let me really try. We wish to alert all stakeholders, national, regional, international, as we have previously done, that this cabal is neither a representative of the state of the Republic of Guyana, nor the flag. The fraudulent issuance of registration under the Guyana flag is a deliberate criminal design to sully the good image of our country, which our government has worked tirelessly to rebuild and maintain. Good night to all except you. A good night to all except. Good night to all except. Nonsense. We ain't having it. Stop that. Y'all wrap up with them. Whining and dining them. Now when it serves you, you disassociate. But 2 months from now, you go back again. Because they repair the image. A good night to all except. Same Jagabat. Same fellow. Same one. Good night to all except. Yep. A good night to all except. Melinda Ellis, good to see you. Floret, good to see you. Glennis Mingo Bourne. Glennis Mingo Bourne. Orvin Don Cook. Laverne Harry Chiran. Kelman Passad. Adele. Yolanda. Rennie McKenzie Talbot. Candida Lean Njajit. Maylene. Dola Tesano. Nicola Daniels. Humblebee, good to see you. Joylyn Cook. Evangeline Reese. Good to see you. Evangeline Reese. Elizabeth Narine. Leonard Duncan. Steve Lynn. Good to see you guys live on the program. Good to see all the Narains from Sparkle City, South Carolina. Good to see you. Laverne Wade. Good to see you as well. Angel Wade. Good to see you. Edward Wade. Good to see you as well. Leslyn. Auntie Leslyn. Good to see you as well. Folks, have a fantastic evening. Thanks for joining the live program. Thanks for joining in the ring. Stay safe. We say stay safe. Respect.